already evaluated. Now we can go back to what your main claim was for the first point. So for the first point, it's not going to actually be not a position. Actually, it is going to be a position. Remember, reasons are used to conduct a conclusion. It's an argument. That is an argument. The reason of something, like for an example, I believe that X is the case. This is not going to be a reason. This is going to be a propositional attitude. Hopefully, you understand that. So no, this is going to be a position, and it's going to be my main position. My reasons I'm going to be using to advocate this position, which is just going to be using to conduct a conclusion, is going to be the argument and advocation for this, position. Obviously, you can understand that. Hopefully, this is something that Xavier couldn't point out in the other debate, but that's okay. Hopefully, I can point this out. So now, yeah, I want to tell you a reason is not a position, okay? A reason is going to be advocation for the position. Hopefully you can understand that. It's going to be the line of reasoning that you're going to be using for a justifier in the sense of an epistemological point. Now, another point. Now, you just said that your position is just going to be basically going based off the historical context of what we call the Bible, or just the Bible in general. Obviously, yeah, you can use the Bible for an advocation for your stance that Jesus is God, but I'm just not going to agree with the Bible. We can still have a debate. I just wouldn't be agreeing with it. Hold on, I don't know why you're over talking me. I want to agree with the Bible. I would just deny the substance of the Bible. You can try to go ahead and prove the Bible is just going to be something as a justifier, but you can't have me just accept your position of the Bible and then make me debate you. Because if I just accept the Bible, then I'm already accepting that God exists. But I'm telling you that no, my main point is just going to be in advocating that God does not exist. If I agree with the Bible, then I'm already proving that God exists, and there's no point to debate. Unless I show that there's going to be some like internal contradiction, which is just going to still be proving or disproving the existence of the Bible. So no, I would not do that in any type of way. So I'm not going to go based off your criterions, but we can still debate on if Jesus is God. You can try to use the Bible, you can try to use the historical context and try to prove it based off some epistemological verificationist account, or you can try to use some epistemological investigation to try to go ahead and advocate for something. But no, I'm not going to agree to that. Now, understanding that, let me get on to my main point. All I'm going to say, just to wrap it up, because I'm not like a yapper, I don't like the schizo ramble. All I'm going to say is what I gave was a position, okay? It was a position because it's going to be the viewpoint I'm going to be holding within the debate. It's going to be a viewpoint I'm going to be holding within the dialectic. It's not going to be a reason, because the reason is used to conduct a conclusion, which is just going to be an argument and inference. And that's just going to be the main dichotomy and the symmetry break I would like to make between that. Hence, we can go based on the configuration. You can go ahead and give your attack.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Okay, sure. Okay, so let me just go on and take everything, but I don't think you know where to do it. Okay, sure. You're saying that you believe more rational justified is actually a position, is actually an argument to be the case. The reason
I'm sorry. Hold on, one second. I'm gonna go get
let
something.
me hold on. No.
Before you say it,
Kale.
No. Don't interrupt. Don't
go get something before you say something. Wait, 1 second.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Are you getting something?
All right.
Okay, I'm back. And I said propositionally justified, not rationally. Go ahead.
All right, Demar, you can go.
Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, thank you. All right. All right, my bad. I just had to go and get some water. Okay, sure. So you're saying that you believe you're more rational proposition, or that you believe you're more rational proposition? Oh my God, propositionally justified in this case to believe that Jesus is God, or that God don't exist, because you believe that if you attack God exists as a whole, then you therefore already attack Jesus Christ. Again, the reason with this, why I'm saying it's not a proposition, because again, like I said, you're saying that in itself wouldn't be your proposition, but in the context of what you're asserting to be more rationally justified, which you just said is the data, or it's the data, or in all the forms of evidence that you can gather, that in itself applied it to be a reason to actually support your overall position, not your position itself. Thank you, ICK with examples. I'm glad I did some research on this. So it says right here, a statement of position, your stance or viewpoint didn't give a definition, and it often serves as part of an argument, usually the conclusion or claim you're trying to support. Example: I believe climate change is real. That in that case is a position, because you're not upholding any vague condition or any vague point of view. You're actually giving the position. You're taking it up within a dialogue on why you believe is more justified to be the case, which is not what you're doing. Instead of actually giving us your position or giving us the reason itself, you keeping that part vague, and then you just say you believe you're more rationally justified. You believe you're more rational. You believe more rationally justified in a proposition, or you believe you're more, or you believe your proposition is more rationally justified to be the case, etc., etc. And if I interpret that wrong, my fault. But you get into the context of what I mean. I probably just can't repeat what you said fully because you did went on for a long time. You actually did yap, even though you said you didn't yap, even though we all just seen you go on for a long time, by the way. But again, just to go ahead and wrap this up, and then it says right here, if you go on and say that because scientists overwhelmingly agree the global temperatures are rising, these are your arguments, reasons to support your position, which is basically what you did. You didn't point to the position, or you didn't point to the position or the overall position itself. You actually pointed to the evidence or the argument that actually going to support its position itself, and then you say through that, and then you apply these set things to be your position. That's not how that works, Kel. So I'm sorry, in this context, you actually are wrong. Now again, going back on the second point, because I believe you actually misinterpreted what I said. Again, because I don't think you actually heard my position. My position is only dealing with the Bible alone, meaning that we remove all other forms of reasons or position in this context, and we only arguing on the Bible alone. My position that I believe within the respect of the Bible, being consistent throughout the Bible, Jesus applied to be God. That is my position. And if you don't agree with this position, or if you don't agree with this condition I just said, then there cannot be no debate, because the position you're trying to upheld is actually not dealing with my position at hand. That's going to be the problem right now, why I say we cannot debate. So again, now you can talk and go ahead and take what they're saying.
Nice. So basically, beautiful, beautiful. So everything you just said was a whole entire shadow box, and it didn't make you look good in the dialogue at all. So I didn't say attack God as a whole. I said if I have more credences and utterances, which can be some reasonable justifications. Hold on, I don't know why you're talking. Okay, let's just stop. To suggest God not existing, then I'll be more proficient in my propositional attitude. Now, when I say I believe something, this is going to be a propositional attitude. Hopefully, you can understand that. And I've said this multiple times. This is going to be a standpoint I would have upon something because it's a belief. It's not a reason. A belief is not a reason in any type of way. It's just going to be the more so the credence, or just like your measure of degree in which you're going to have some confidence within a view. So no, obviously this is going to be a position. Obviously, you can understand this, and it's going to be my position on the whole entire debate because I'm going to be advocating for God not existing. That is going to be the simplified version of it. But obviously, God not existing is not enough to tell you what I'm going to actually be arguing for. I'm going to be giving more reasons. I'm going to be suggesting a criterion of reason, which is just going to be a configurated type of reason. Yeah, I know I already won. This thing sucks. A configurated type of reason that is going to be suggesting. I'll say this one more time, that's going to be suggesting God not existing. Now, you went on to this tangent. I don't know why you thought you were looking good doing this. And you started saying, well, you don't agree to the Bible, so therefore you're not actually attacking my point. You're not going to actually be engaging with my point. No, I'm saying this. You are presupposing I have to agree with the Bible and then try to argue that, Jesus is not the fucking Holy Spirit under some other Christological type of viewpoint. But no, obviously, if I try to argue that Jesus is not the fucking Holy Spirit, not Holy Spirit, Jesus is not God in this case. If I try to argue that Jesus is not God in this case, all I would be doing is just be creating heresy in this case due to your religions. So if I would agree to your religion, then I would be heresy under your religion. If I try to agree with your religion and then argue for that stance, I'm not going to do that. That's retarded. That's stupid. I'm not doing that. That's heretical. Now, obviously, what I'm going to say is this. I wasn't trying to yap, by the way. I said I didn't try to yap. I never said I didn't yap. Also, I would like to say this. Hold on. Going back to the main point. I typed this down. Made sure, because you like to yap, that I can actually track when you're typing shit down. You said that the belief in something, you gave an example, was going to be a position, but I wasn't having a position or a reason. But when I say I believe something, you're telling me that's not a belief, so that's just going to be a contradiction within your own self. If I say X believes in Y, then that's going to be a belief in the sense of a propositional attitude in which the predicate is going to be derived from. And the epistemological verification account would be something that's going to be, just more verified through its own credences. And I haven't given a credence yet. I haven't given any reason. I haven't given any inference for. So obviously you can understand that. You kind of went in the shadow box. You went on an argument by repetition. I'm going to point that out. You went by an argument by assertion. I'm going to point that out. You also strawman my position multiple times. I don't know why you think you look good. I don't know. It's maybe like because you're like I don't know, peeing bannies or something. I don't know. Like, it's just not making you look good. Obviously, you couldn't track that. You didn't look good while doing that. And then you went into this tangent saying, I'm not going to be engaging again. Like I said, it is going to be engaging. As long as I'm denying your criterion, that is going to be engaging in the sense that it's going to be the main negation. Jesus is God in the sense of a Bible. Okay, nice. I denied the Bible and I denied that Jesus is God. Hence, that's going to be a negation. It's going to be a direct negation. It's going to not be a particular negation. It's going to be a universal negation. Hopefully, you can understand that. So, based off that, you can go ahead and, just attack if you actually felt like you were more prevalent in that.
Okay, guys, he's done. Now, before I start, I just want to say this is how you end up. Look at Kel, guys. This is how you end up when you invest only on rhetoric and not actually how to debate. So, Kel, all you did was shadowbox. None of it dealt with my argument at hand, and none of it actually attacks what I said. And instead, you actually prove what I said instead of actually dealing with it. So let me go ahead and break it down. So I'm going to repeat my position to you because I think you lack understanding and tracking capabilities. My position is saying we only going to depend up on the we only going dependent on the Bible. Within a Bible retrospect, it's been consistent that Jesus is God. What I'm doing here, Kel, because I don't think you get it, is I'm removing every other condition on which you can argue Jesus being God or Jesus not being God. Meaning that, sure, you can go along and say, well, science in itself or science just discovered this and this contradicts God's existence. Sure, but that don't attack whether in the Bible it's been consistent that Jesus is applied to be God. So this is what I'm trying to say. What you're doing is you evolving the conditions on which I just told you we are removing all of these conditions. So all you did was shadow box, even though you just said that's what I was doing. I'm just showing the hypocrisy. I'm just showing you being a hypocrite and showing the double standard that you're doing. Two, two. I don't care what else you actually said because you did what on and yap. But again, none of it deals with my argument at hand because all you're doing is just attacking some false proposition on which you created in your mind that I didn't take. So if you're going to keep on involving these conditions on which I just told you we are removing from this debate, we cannot debate, Kale, because my argument or my position is only going based off the Bible. Again, my position is that throughout the Bible, it's been consistent with Jesus being applied to be God. Do you have any disagreement with that position or not? If you don't disagree, hold on, let me finish. If you
Hold on.
don't,
I don't
hold
know
on,
why
let
you
me
keep
finish.
on going on. You
Let me
asked me a
finish.
question.
Hold
I'm going to
on,
cut
let
you
me
off there.
finish.
That's
Let me
irritating.
finish.
That's
Let me
irritating.
finish. Then you can answer the question. Let me finish it. Then you can answer the question. Now, again, if you don't disagree with that position, then we can't have a debate. But not don't. My bad. Let me rephrase it. Yeah, yeah. All right, never mind. I got it right. Yeah, if you don't disagree with the position, then we cannot debate. But if you do disagree with that position, then do you agree to only using the Bible argue whether it being consistent with Jesus being God or not. Because again, my position is only going based off the Bible. I'm removing any other condition. I'm removing every other forms of reason, whether it be from a Muslim standpoint, whether it be from an atheist standpoint, whether it be from an agnostic standpoint. I'm removing all of them benefactors, and I'm only going based off the Bible and the Christian faith on whether it's being consistent with the idea of Jesus being applied to be God or not. Attack that position, bro, and stop shadow boxing and trying to attack a position that I didn't take. Thank you. Now you can go ahead and give
Nice.
your response.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So no, notice how he just like uses daddy's rhetoric to try to make himself look good or like look of substance in the debate. And then he says that I use no substance or I don't know how to actually debate when I bring up more substance points than him. Even I bring up concepts like epistemic verificationist accounts. Obviously, he didn't understand any of that, but that's okay. He reads on no philosophy book or any formal logic, even when it was given to him, but that's okay. Now, he said my position is saying we only going to be depending on in the Bible within the Bible's retrospect is going to be consistent for Jesus being God. This is going to be a condition, not a position, which I disagreed with that, obviously. Obviously, you're trying to put, this is what we call a special pleading fallacy. When you're trying to make the circumstances more in your favor, but you're saying that, no, I can't do this. But you call me hypocritical, but that's crazy because you want to try to make it more leaded into your domain. When I'm saying that, no, obviously, I'm having a negation to your domain in general, and I don't agree to any of your conditions. You said my negation of the Bible. And actually, no, this is what I'm saying. My negation of the Bible is just going to be the negation of the truth maker for the Bible. So I'm going to say there's not going to be any ontological entity in supportance or importance with the Bible. It's not going to be in subordination. It's not going to help it because I don't believe the Bible is going to be true, because I don't believe God is going to be true in this sense. That is going to be the argumentation, or not argumentation. That's going to be the position I'm going to be taking, not the argumentation. Remember, an argumentation is just going to be the reasons that you use to conduct a conclusion. Hopefully you understand that, but you're a little bit of a retard. So obviously I have to keep on repeating this over and over so you can actually get this within your feasible brain. Now, two, you said, I don't care what you said. You just yap. All you do is attacking a false proposition. You're not making a proposition, just to be clear. You're making what we call a belief and an inserted condition. My condition is, oh, you have to agree and presuppose the fucking Bible is going to be true, but you're going to have to try to debate me on the historical context of Jesus being more aligned consistently with God or not. Well, no, I'm not going to presuppose that. I'm going to disagree with it all. If I disagree with it all, I'm still going to be denying your main consistency. All you got to do is, one, prove the Bible. Two, proving the Bible will now prove the consistency of Jesus. How about that? I'll give that concession. If you prove the Bible is true, if you prove God exists, then I will give you the condition and the benefit of the doubt that Jesus is going to be God. I will give that to you. If you prove the Bible is going to be true, I will give you that. That's what we call a conditional with a conjunction. If this is the case and this is the case, then this is the case. If P then Q, if P and Q, then O. That's what we would put in a propositional syntax. Hopefully you can understand that. You said we can't debate because my argument, my position is based on the Bible, throughout the Bible. Obviously, that's what you just said. Yes, obviously that's just a repetition of what you just said earlier. Yes, I agree that your stuff is going to be based on the Bible. And your position is going to be based on the Bible. So prove the fucking Bible. Is that hard? Or can you not do that? Or you're not like that well versed into philosophy or theological context? Do I have to give you like a summa theological from fucking Thomas Aquinas so you can learn how to argue for the Bible or Christianity in general, and so that it's gonna be more consistent that God exists? Maybe I have to give you an argument for like Kalam's cosmological argument, maybe a simplistic argument so you can understand it. Even Xavier would have done better than you doing this. This is like bad for you. It's like really bad. He even has like a B theory objection you could have used. Like honestly, it's just like it's just so bad for you. Anyway, it's not making you look good in any type of way. You haven't came up with any type of substance. You haven't actually attacked any of the proposition. All you did was shadow box. You look like a loser and you have fucking delayed qualia. It's not making you look good. I don't know why you keep on doing this. Like you suck. And this is gonna go on YouTube, by the way. So don't even try to end the fucking wreck. You're getting beat on. No difficulty. I'm making you look like a little fucking bitch. And you keep on going into a meta debate, and you keep on trying to run away from the topic because you're scared. If you don't want to do this, we could do an abortion topic, but you don't want to do that either because you know you're going to get beat down on that topic too. You don't want to do any other topic that's not going to be in your favor or in your domain. You want to know why? Because you're philosophically incompetent. That's what we're gonna call you. You're philosophically incompetent. You don't understand any proliferated type of configuration in which would help you in a debate. You don't know any type of generalization. You look bad in this conversation. You're actually getting blown the fuck out. Like, I don't know why this dumb fuck retard keeps on running away. Like, let's get back to the meat and potatoes of this. Now, honestly, can you get in a debate with me? I don't care for your response. We can just conclude after this. I don't care for your response. It's either you're going to debate me on this or you're going to debate me on another topic and you're going to stop running away like a little fucking bitch with your fucking tail between your fucking legs and shit. You're not looking good. Just to be clear. Go ahead.
Damn, bro.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm thanking y'all for being here so we can actually expose Raquel who he truly is. And I just want y'all to know, anytime you remove any form of rhetoric values and you only focus on evidence in a position, as we just seen, Kel loses the argument and he just start running back to rhetoric because that's all he can do. He can't prove anything. He can just make himself look smarter even though he's a dumbass. So again, let's go ahead and expose him. Kel, you still not dealing with my position. I don't care whether you believe in the Bible is true or not. I don't care whether you believe God exists or not. My position is a very simple position, dealing with the faith in of Christianity, dealing with the Bible and only the Bible. God, Jesus has been consistently in the Bible stated to be God, or so you can better understand, applied to be God. I'm going to repeat that because I don't think you understand the position that I'm taking. Dealing with the faith of Christianity and the Bible and only the Bible Jesus have been applied to be God. What you're doing, Kel, is actually shadow boxing and running from my position and trying to only focus on rhetoric, which is why you brought up philosophy. Because anytime someone take away the value of rhetoric from you and only focus on the position and the evidence at hand, you lose it. Which is why all you've been doing is shadow boxing into some form of rhetoric instead of actually attacking the position that I'm taking, Kel. I don't care what other condition you're trying to apply to this debate because I'm not going based off of these other conditions. And in my position in the debate, it's not based off all these other conditions. The condition of the debate is based off whether the Bible, again, and only the Bible, have been consistent with the idea that Jesus is applied to be God. So again, Cal, I'm gonna let you respond to this. Stop running from the position and actually focus on the position at hand. Stop shadow boxing into rhetoric values because all you doing is trying to make yourself look smarter instead of actually dealing with the position on which I stated. I'm pretty sure everyone understands the position. Let's see, do Kel understand the position? So Kel, I'm gonna let you talk now.
So notice this. So basically, he uses daddy's rhetoric times two. He says, you're shadowboxing and you're running away. Obviously, he didn't understand my attack, but honestly, that's okay. He can't track. He has like a feasible mind, it's like really bad, delayed qualia. Probably has Rett syndrome, failing. He's like a failed adopted fucking child, trying to like make it out in the fucking hood. But that's okay. Now, he said one. Anytime you give substance, Carol, you can't attack. He said, wait, oh, wait, Dean, when? So basically, he said that with his shitty ass list, but that's okay. I don't believe I got a list, by the way. But listen, that's okay. I can't pronounce words, but like, hey, my phonetics is way better than this nigga's. Now, let me go into this. Obviously, no, I gave him more substance than him. Obviously, I'm not trying to use the rhetoric. I have this thing we call knowledge. And I have this thing we call application. When you learn more philosophy, when you learn and look at fucking logic book, right? And you actually learn how to make incorporation of inferences and shit, you're going to get one, rhetoric, because you're reading PDFs and they are using sophisticated rhetoric. Hopefully he can do that. Two, you're going to get substance. You're going to get application. Obviously, I've added some substance, and I even gave it a conditional. If P and Q, then or. If it is the case that God exists and the Bible is true, then I would agree that Jesus as God would follow from the existence of the Bible, which he hasn't given any ontological entity / truth maker that's going to be in confirmation of this. So obviously, he can understand that substance, but that's okay. Then he said, two, Keller, my position is in the faith and Jesus and how Jesus is consistently of Jesus as God. That's exactly what he said. That's just gonna be a repetition. It really doesn't fucking matter. That's all you meant by repetition. I said that sure you can have that position. I have no problem. I'm just gonna make the negation towards the condition. I'm gonna make the negation towards the faith. Obviously, that's gonna be a universal negation towards the whole entire thing, and I'm not gonna agree with the condition. That's gonna be okay. But he's obviously unconfident. He looks so bad, and he's getting blown the fuck out in this conversation. So he couldn't understand that I've actually attacked the fucking condition by saying that no, I don't agree with that condition. And you can still believe in that faith, in that position, and just try to prove it to be true. Hence, a truth maker that's going to be proving the truth proposition of the claim, because you're making an affirmative, not a negative. So I can apply a truth maker as this is going to be an atomic proposition. And then, actually, it's not even going to be an atomic proposition. It's going to be a complex proposition, actually. It's going to be a big complex proposition, but if we just were to break it down atomically, then we could try to see if the disjuncts are going to be true. So obviously, he can understand that because he's getting beat the fuck on. But that's okay. Then he said, three, in the Bible, Jesus is God. You're just shadowboxing and running from the progression. Anytime someone take rhetoric from you and use substance, you run. Basically, he used no fucking substance. All he did was basically repeat the condition that I've already denied. You see, he said that in a shitty ass fucking accent, and it's not even an accent, shitty ass phonetics. He has bad phonetics. Oh my God, he has bad phonetics. It's so bad for him. But listen, and this is his supposed attack, and I can even put this down in the chat. Obviously, it's not an attack, it's a repetition again. I'm not shadowboxing, nor am I running. I attacked it, I looked at it straight in the face. I said, fuck no, you can have this, but I just don't agree with it. And that's gonna be okay. That is going to be a universal negation. Hence, if it's going to be a universal negation, then when we have a partition of mutually exclusive propositions, such as one is going to be the positive and the other is going to be the negative, then yours is going to be the positive and mine is going to be the negative. Hence, it's going to be one universal positation. Actually, you're going to say it's going to be more consistent, so that's going to be more so like a hypothesis, or maybe even some abductive type of case. I don't know what you're trying to have, or maybe even just an inductive type of case. It really doesn't fucking matter. And I'm just going to be taking the negation of the whole entire property of it existing. So I'm giving a universal negation, which is going to be a positive. I mean, it's going to be a negation. My bad. So then you said, for I don't care what you're trying to apply. It's not based on this condition. Jesus is God. Demar.
Oh my God.
Let me sit you down. Let me sit you down. Let me take you down to kindergarten roads. Let me like teach you 2 + 2 = 4. Let me help you out with this one more time. I don't know who else is talking in the background, but please just stop. I have to amp my son on simplistics because obviously he didn't get this care within the elementary times or any time of his high school. Listen, if you don't care what I'm trying to apply and I don't care what you're trying to apply, then prove your application would be more conditioned than my condition. Hence, the negation to your condition. My condition is I don't care for that. We don't need that. That's going to be the exclusive. Hence, if we don't need that condition, you can still prove your faith. You can still prove Jesus is God. It was going to be more consistent under your hypothesis. But you must prove these disjuncts. Hence, God exists. Hence, the Bible exists. By proving those two disjuncts, guess what, Demar? You grant yourself the position of proving Jesus is God. I just said I will agree with that as long as you could prove those two things. Those are the conditions I'm upholding. You can't do that? That's okay. I know you're a Christian in faith, but you just don't know how to do that. You haven't read any fucking philosophical book, and that's okay. I really don't want to go into no fucking rhetoric. Honestly, I just wanted to sit you down, help you understand because you know you have delayed qualia, and you know probably even Rett syndrome with fucking rheumatoid arthritis. But it's okay, Demar. If you don't want to keep on going on this tangent, we don't have to keep on going. We don't have to debate on this. You could debate me on another topic and you could stop trying to run away from the conversation. Because I know you're scared. I know you got fear in your fucking heart when you see Kel and when you hear of Kel. My dick gets hard every time I get in debate and shit, beating on fuck out of here. Okay, anyway, I'm done. Let me stop trolling. So basically the main point is this. We can go ahead and debate another topic if you don't want to do this, since you want to run.
Demar.
Stomach.
Was that debate over?
Oh, you done? Oh,
It's
you
not
done
even
with
a
that?
debate. That was a fucking
What,
meta debate.
Michael?
Okay.
What, Michael?
Curtis, go ahead, mute yourself right quick. Curtis, go ahead, mute
Oh
yourself
my
right quick.
He
god.
wants to give a ramble of a repetition. Go ahead.
Okay. So again, okay, again. So, Kel, just stop shadowboxing, bro. We get it. Anytime someone learned the value of rhetoricy, anytime someone removes the idea of rhetoric values, you can't debate. We get it because you don't go based on facts. You just make yourself look smarter. And anytime someone removes that or beats you in that, all you can do is run to that, which is what all you've been doing in your whole argument. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and rephrase the condition and my position for this debate. So again, the condition for this debate, Kel, is that I'm going to be arguing with the side of the Christian faith, with the side. Oh, hold on, my bad. Let me rephrase it. With the side only. I gotta make sure I include that. Only the Christian faith and the Christian doctrine known as the Bible that Jesus has been applied consistently to be God. I don't care to deal with the argument or whether Jesus is God in general retrospect or objectivity because I already acknowledge that my belief is just a belief. If somehow through this debate I get people to acknowledge or come into the Christian faith, sure, I'll be happy. But Kel, I already acknowledge that people have other beliefs, and I already acknowledge that other belief systems exist. That's the reason why the condition for this debate is actually going to be dealing with the Christian faith and with only the Christian faith and the Christian doctrine instead from the general position, which is what you keep trying to do, which is why you actually running from the debate instead of dealing with it. So again, I'm going to go ahead and rephrase my position. My position is that dealing with the Christian faith and only the Christian faith, including the Christian doctrine and only the Christian doctrine known as the Bible, bro, Jesus have been applied consistently to be God. I don't care about a atheist position. I don't care about a scientific position. I don't care about a Muslim position. I don't care about a Hindu position because I'm pretty sure you don't understand. I'm already excluded every other position you can take, and we're only dealing with the Christian position and a Christian doctrine because I already acknowledge that my belief is just a belief and not rooted in pure objectivity. That's the standpoint I'm already acknowledged, which is why you shadow boxing instead of actually dealing with the argument at hand, which is why I say, guys, don't only focus on rhetoric, guys. Focus on tracking and focus on actually arguing for the position so you won't end up like Till, who only runs from the position instead of actually dealing with it because he knows the moment we exclude the rhetoric values and only focus on the position at hand when we come into the value of whether Jesus is God or not, he's gonna fucking lose. So Kel, stop ducking and stop running. I gave you the conditions for the debate and I gave you the position for the debate. If you disagree with this condition, then we cannot debate, Kel, because I already acknowledge if you're gonna argue from the general retrospect, sure, you can't believe Jesus isn't God. I already acknowledge that. So I don't know why you're shadow boxing I don't know why you're shadow boxing and keep bringing it up. I already acknowledge if you argue from any other position, whether it's atheist, Muslim, Hindus, whether it's agnostic, you can take the position, you can upheld the position, and you have every right to believe in those positions. That's why I don't care, and that's why I'm not acknowledging those positions when we come into the idea of whether Jesus is God or not. And I'm fully focused on the Christian doctrine and the Christian faith in the Holy Bible, which all upheld the idea of whether Jesus is applied to be God. So I don't care to debate you, bro, unless we're going to debate on whether the Bible has been consistent, regardless of whether you believe God exists or not, regardless whether you believe the Bible is true or not. I don't care about that. I only care about whether the Bible has been consistent with Jesus being applied to be God. So stop running from the position, stop running from the condition. Either agree with it or not. If you agree with it, we can get the debate on rolling. If you disagree with it, and if you keep on bringing up all these different conditions, if you keep on bringing up philosophy, if you keep on bringing up science, if you keep on bringing up all of these said things, we cannot debate because I already acknowledged these positions, and my position isn't dealing with those. Somehow you can't catch that. Somehow you just ignore that, and somehow, Kel, you're just a dumb, illiterate brat cannot track. So again, deal with the position at hand, Kel, and stop running from it like a little bitch that's going in a circle and chasing your tail. For those who don't know, the definition of a bitch is a female dog, which is why I brought up the idea of him just chasing his tail around. Stop doing that because all you're doing is barking. You're not actually attacking anything at hand. Trying to make yourself look smarter, but you failing to do it. So stop doing that. So again, do you understand? So again, guys, for everyone who heard me, I repeated my condition multiple times. I repeated my
I keep repeating it
condition
like
multiple
70 times.
times. Notice this. Notice this. No, Carol, I let you talk, Carol. You yapped for a long time. I didn't interrupt you not once. Stop doing that. So notice this, guys. I'm gonna tell you what he finna do. He finna again not acknowledge the condition. He finna again not acknowledge the position. He finna again try to argue on a valid ass rhetoric that don't attack my condition or position. And he finna again try to argue on every condition that I just told him I don't care about those conditions, and I only care about the Christian doctrine, the Christian faith, which means that if you're going to deal with the idea or concept of debating a Christian on whether Jesus is whether Jesus has applied to be God, we're going to be going based off the Bible consistency of that being applied because I already just acknowledged it is a belief. My bad at Reddit for repeating, bro. But I already said this multiple times, and it seems like he's still not getting it. So this time I just had to repeat it to make sure he get it, even though he's not going to get it. So I'm gonna mute myself, Kel. Go ahead and yap on for another paragraph and go ahead shadow box again. Feel free.
It's not making you look good anyway. You've been saying shadow box multiple times and copying Daddy's rhetoric.
One more
It's just
thing.
gonna make
So
you look good.
if you don't agree to my condition in this, I'm
If
just
you
gonna
do
leave.
if you do agree to my condition,
If you don't agree with my condition, and then it's not going to be a debate. I'm just letting you know that.
Kale,
I don't
So you
know.
Kale,
can
Put him
tell
on
me
mute.
Kale.
one time.
I
This
don't
is
really
your
care.
last time. This
I
is
don't
your
care.
right
I
So
don't care.
you guys gonna debate
This is your
or
last time.
what?
Whether you agree with my condition or disagree. If you disagree with it, we cannot debate. If you agree with it, we can move on with the debate. Do you acknowledge that, Kel? Do you acknowledge that? Answer the question, because I just want to make sure you get it. Do you acknowledge that, Kel? Hold on, I don't know who mute this nigga. Let me unmute him. All right, there we go. Do you acknowledge that, Kel?
Just to be extremely clear, I got muted when I was asked to go. I don't know why he got to ask the question in the middle of me about to go and give a fucking attack. But listen,
Hold on. Let me go and tell you why. Because the question I'm asking actually dealing with whether we have a debate or not have a debate. That's the problem.
Michael, why
You
the
want to
fuck are you lying?
okay, yeah, that's the
I
problem, Kel.
don't care.
You
Don't
want
care.
to have a
Don't care.
debate with me, Kel, but you're not agreeing with the condition that I set for the debate. So I'm saying, if you don't agree with the condition that I set, I'm just gonna leave and not debate you. If you do agree with my conditions, bro, we can
Mute
move
him.
on with the debate because I'm tired of going around in circles with you, and I'm tired of halting the dialectic, and I'm tired of just halting this
Yeah,
debate or
honestly, I don't
upturning this
care.
debate.
I don't care.
So
Just mute him.
again, go ahead, say what you got
Mute
to
him.
say, dog. Go ahead,
Mute
go
him
on
now.
mute.
Now. I don't know why the fuck he keeps on doing this. Yeah, and shut the fuck up, Armand. You're a fucking retard, but that's okay. Now listen, the main point is this. Obviously, I didn't shadowbox anything. He didn't understand anything. Obviously, Armand can't even recapitulate my point. Now, getting back to what he was saying, he said my position is dealing with the Christian's faith and the only Christian doctrine. Jesus has been applied consistently to be God. Yes, you're trying to presuppose a condition. You're trying to give a condition, I meant to say. You're giving a precondition saying, oh, well, we can only debate only if you agree that the Bible is true. That's basically what you're saying. If I agree that the Bible exists, then we can debate on if Jesus is God. I said, no, I don't agree with the fucking condition. You're a dumbass. You obviously didn't understand that. You couldn't track that the fucking first time I fucking attacked this. You thought it was just rhetoric, but no, if you actually listen with your fucking ears, put your fucking glasses on, get your hearing aids, on and intact and shit, you would have probably heard this. And obviously, I don't know why other niggas are talking in the chat. Niggas didn't understand or track anything I said. Obviously, they're fucking retard. And you said definition of a bitch is just gonna be a female dog. Obviously, we could debate upon that too. Obviously, I don't agree with that. I'm joking with this nigga. But listen, we can still debate on that. Look, the main point is this. He said, I don't care for any positions that will fry my dick. That's what you're basically saying, Demar. I don't care for any positions that will fry my dick. Like atheism or agnosticism. It's gonna fucking kill me. So obviously, I'm not gonna let you take those because obviously I'm gonna get beat on. Like no difficulty in front of everybody. So I have to get my cousin named Arman, who's fat as shit and spits in this fucking mic, to come and try to defend me in the chat so you can look good. And then you try to do this fucking low tier fucking failed pre-call saying, oh, this is what he's gonna do. He's gonna give a rhetoric, he's gonna give all this fucking rhetoric fucking paragraph that he's not gonna actually attack anything, and then he's gonna fucking shadowbox. No, nobody's fucking shadowboxing. I was attacking it this whole entire time. You just couldn't actually attack it. I even given a conditional. And I'll say it one more time just so you can understand this. Yes, it's gonna be repetition, what I've said in my last point, but hopefully you can understand this. If it is the case that the Bible is true, and it is the case that God exists, or you could just do it the other way around. If it is the case that God exists, and it is the case that the Bible is true, then we can agree that God is Jesus, or Jesus is God. It really doesn't matter. I'm not sure if you're gonna say it biconditionally, it doesn't really fucking matter. Now, listen, that was a conditional statement integration. Hopefully you understand that. I'll put it in chat so you can understand this. Now listen, everybody look at this. If P and Q, I really don't want to, I have to amp him. And I don't know why the fuck niggas put me on mute. Please stop fucking moderating Nexus. You're fucking shit at fucking moderating. Just stop.
That wasn't me, you fucking bitch.
Yes, it was. You stupid bitch. Dumb
No,
nigga.
it
You
wasn't,
fucking
dumbass. No, it wasn't.
look.
You're not gonna talk shit to me when you have a dumbass list, bro.
Shut
Give me
your
your
dumb
what?
ass
I
up.
didn't even do anything.
You don't look
Nexus,
fucking
bro.
bitch.
Watch
Simply
out.
Like,
defending
honestly,
myself.
Texas, shut your ass up. I don't want to hear you. What the fuck?
Hey, be
This is
quiet, bro.
so bad. Oh my god, it's just not helping you. Listen, but that's okay. You could put this dumbass nigga named Nexus on me too, obviously. But everybody want to interrupt me when I'm fucking talking, but I can't interrupt him. Okay, let's go. Nice. Now,
I'm not interrupting you though.
shut your dumb ass
Nexus.
up. Don't
Shh.
look good. You're probably like a white ass nigga, brushing his teeth every fucking year and century because
All right, Kale. All
thanks.
right, Kale.
That's it.
Yo, get back to the debate, bro.
Back to the
Hey, shut
debate,
up,
bro. It's not a
Nexus.
debate. It's a fucking meta
Nexus, shut
debate. You
up.
don't understand that. Okay. Anyway,
Back to the debate.
yeah, yeah. Just stop. You just stop. You're white as fuck, please. All right. Now, given that, I'm gonna go back. He said, anytime you give substance, Kale can't attack you because you're a rhetoric demon. No, you can take away the rhetoric. I can just go purely substance. But if I don't get, but guess what? Hopefully, if you understand this, you need phonetics and you need rhetoric to even apply or imply some substance. Hopefully, you can understand that. But no, what you're trying to say is the additional rhetorics that I'm using to make you look bad in the conversation. I can't. If I get that stripped of me, then I'm nothing. That's what you're basically saying. That's like very fucking wrong because like when I got to the substance, it still made you look bad in the conversation because like you obviously don't understand anything or any application. But yeah, Demal, like you said, we can wrap this up. I really don't give a fuck to keep on going on this. I kind of got my wreck already. I made you look really fucking bad. I actually said that, oh yeah, I understand and I acknowledge your fucking condition in the sense of recognition. Hold on, I'll even say this again. Hold on. Look at this. I said, I acknowledge it in the sense of recognition. Now I'm attacking the fucking preconditions because you cannot understand this. Okay? Nice. I don't have to agree with the Bible. Hopefully you can understand that, okay? Unmute yourself, please. And don't fucking ramble. We can like finish here. Do you want to debate on another topic? Because obviously you couldn't do anything on this topic. Unmute them all. This is your opportunity. Your opportunity. Oh, he's running. He's running like this nigga named Nexus.
You done?
Nice. Yo, what's up?
You done?
Yo, no, I'm not done.
Okay, sure.
So I'm gonna ask you a question, you're gonna answer, and then I'm not gonna be done since you want to do that.
I'm not gonna answer anything to you. Let me actually have some
No, you want to do that to me all the time. Then we can do this. I'm
I
gonna ask you a question.
didn't even ask you a question though. So again, like I said,
Hold on,
I'm not.
hold on. Go on mute again. Go on mute again.
Okay, listen, I'm not your demon. I'm not about to mute you. If you want me to answer your
To the
question,
moderation, everybody. Weapon to the moderation, everybody. Weapon to the moderation.
if you want me to answer your question, he
No,
can mute me all he wants. I'm still
Wait,
not gonna
wait,
answer
he can
your
wait.
mute you
question.
right now. I know Demon's
So if you
sensitive. I
want me
know
to answer your
Demon's
question, if
sensitive.
you want to better get somewhere with this debate, if you want me to answer your question,
It's not a
nigga,
debate.
you're
It's a
gonna
meta
let
debate.
me go ahead and respond to what you already just said, and
No,
then you can pop the question.
yo,
Are you fine with that, Kel?
that's not how that works. So basically, this is what he wants to do. He wants to be a hypocritical little bastard. He wants to be like, oh, you answer my question, but then I go ahead and give like a big vamp. Hold on, stop.
Again, Kel, you keep on saying
Stop.
answer your question.
Yo, put him on mute. Put him back on mute. You can go back on mute. Put him back on mute.
Demar.
No, put him on mute. You want to put me on mute so fast? Go ahead, put him on mute. Thank you. Nice. Obviously, he likes to give me a fucking question and then says, "Oh no, you just answer yes or no," so I can go back on my fucking long rant. But if I try to do it to him, or if somebody else tries to do it to him, no, I'm not answering your question until I can go on my fucking rant. That's what he says. Okay, that's cool. Nice, beautiful, beautiful. Understanding that, honestly, I would like to go to conclusions. I'm gonna press conclusions actually on this fucking meta debate. I really don't give a fuck. Honestly, I'm not really done. But like, I can just press conclusions. You fucking suck. This is gonna go on YouTube. 1 second.
Hey, make sure you promote the Discord server, by the way.
Thank you for meeting me, and
So
thank
thanks
you
for
for
this. So
giving me some.
put him back on
You're
mute.
not
Then I
muting
might
yourself. You're not muting yourself
Hold
because
on,
I'm
wait,
put him on mute. Put him on mute for a second.
wait, no, let him talk, let him talk.
I'm no longer engaging with this fucking retard. I'm no longer engaging with this fucking retard.
Wait, hold on, wait. Okay, wait,
I'm no longer engaging with this fucking retard.
all he's trying to do, bro, he's just
Demar.
over the debate. He's trying to
He's
Yeah,
force
put him
too
on mute. He's not
confusing.
gonna listen. He's not gonna listen. He's not gonna listen.
Demar, we're concluding.
I mean, Michael, stop being a little bro. Stop doing that shit, bro. Just put that nigga on mute. It's your fucking server. He should not be able to talk to you.
Michael gonna be a little bro if he mute me and just let you go ahead and just take over the debate with
No,
what you
he's
trying to do.
not. He's not.
Why you're not actually trying to
Asked
go
me a
and let me
question.
go
He
and
asked me a fucking question, and I was going to answer it. He,
something on a position that I
Okay,
obviously
Demar,
disagree with.
let
hold
him
on,
finish
hold
his
on,
statement.
hold on, 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 hold on,
Mute
hold on, hold
yourself.
on. Put him on mute. Put him on mute. Put him on mute.
Oh
Put
my
him on mute.
god.
I don't.
Okay,
Like,
Demar,
Michael,
mute
we're not
yourself
gonna get
real quick.
anywhere with this if you keep on muting me.
Demar,
I'm
mute
just gonna let
yourself
you
real
know
quick.
that because I just told him
Hold on,
that
I'm on phone
I just
because
said
he was
hold
scared
on.
of me and my
I
PC.
just told him I don't think any of y'all heard me. I just told you we not going to debate, bro. I just told you we not going to debate.
Honestly, like I said, I'm not engaging with this nigga, so I don't really give a fuck what he's saying. But listen, Michael, you asked me a question. I was going to answer your question, but obviously he's a fucking.
Okay, Michael, so
Okay.
you don't want to mute him, right? You don't want to moderate. You only want to permit
No,
me.
because he was speaking and you cut him off.
Oh my god.
He was talking about he was gonna
Oh
post
fuck!
on
Oh
Twitter.
fuck! No, this shit is not getting fucking
Okay, well,
promoted.
chill out.
Hell no! I got muted, but he didn't get muted. Yo! No, that shit's on back. That shit's bad. That's bad. I get muted, but he doesn't. That's fucking bad. Oh no, that's fucking
Demar got
bad.
muted
Yeah,
more
I
times
told you I
than
wasn't
you.
gonna
What are
promote
you
this shit,
talking
especially
about?
because I was the one who's getting biased upon. Like, look at this shit. It's bad. Why did I get muted, but he didn't get muted? This is bad looks for Demar. It just doesn't look good for you. Oh my god, that's bad. I don't give a fuck if he's the one who's fucking muted me. If you take away his poems, why the fuck does he have poems when he's debating me? That's just bad. Yo. So he had poems in this debate. He could have used them anytime, and he's now using them to try to fucking mute me. Yeah, put this nigga on mute. Put this nigga on mute. I don't give a fuck. Hopefully everybody can understand this. Thank you. Thank you for putting him on mute. He's gonna leave. I don't really give a fuck. He's a little bitch. You know, he's dumbass shit. He wasn't rhetorical. He sucked. Shitty ass lisp. But you asked me a question, Michael, and I'm going to answer it. Why? I'm gonna answer it well fine-tuned. Okay?
Okay.
You said,
Okay.
Kel, can you promote this server while you're at it? I would say, well, I'm not sure. Should I? Well, let me think about the statistic. So a shitty ass nigga named Nexus tried to come in, right? He tried to say, I'm not the one who fucking muted you, retard. He's talking in the chat. Michael, you told me that it was Nexus who muted me. He said he didn't. Now, I apologize if I got it wrong that you muted me, Nexus. Honestly, from the most sincere place of my heart. But honestly, I don't give a fuck. It's still a biased server that you have just presented to me. The more went on these tangents. Nobody tracked this shit. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to overtalk so loud. Nobody tracked this shit. It wasn't looking good, and I'll turn down my mic. Nobody tracked this shit. It wasn't looking good for him. He just kept on fucking rambling. I told him I don't agree to the condition from my first attack. And then his cousin, who's fat as fuck, spits in his mic, spits in the camera, keeps on coming on the sidelines, keeps on talking in his defense. It just doesn't look good. Nobody won. I will say this one more time. Actually, no, I did win the fucking meta debate. I'm sorry. I'm fucking wrong. I beat the fuck out of him in the fucking meta debate. But I don't consider this an actual fucking debate. Yeah, nothing even happened. Yeah, exactly. We didn't actually get into an actual debate. We were debating on roles and positions. That's what we call a fucking meta debate. The fuck? That's like bad. You can unmute this nigga Amon. This nigga sucks. He got beat on by Pucky. Listen, all I'm saying is, nigga sucks. Yes, I'm not trying to make your rep go down. I really want you to have a good rep. I want your server to
No,
get
it's
better.
not
I just
even
want
your
you guys
fault,
to do
bro.
better
I understand
forms of
what you're saying.
moderation.
It's not even your
Stop
fault.
sucking up to Demar. He fucking sucks. He's autistic. He's not doing nothing for you. The only good activity that he brings for you is getting beat on by everybody. Okay? And you know this. Everybody knows this. I won't say if people admitted this to me or not, because I'm not going to be exposing people. But I would say, everybody knows, Demar, the only thing you're fucking used for is activity forming. Like getting beat the fuck down in a discourse. Just remember that. Okay? You're nothing. I'm not debating no more. I'm not engaging no more. I am now, and I will say this presently. I don't know why he's trying to overtalk. I will now say I'm not gonna debate you no more until you actually get into a topic with me that we would do. That is not going to be a meta debate because I will beat you on substance. I will beat you on rhetoric. I will beat you on intellectuality, hence intelligence. I will beat you on fucking metaphysics. You don't understand. I'm stronger than you. I'm faster than you. I'm smarter than you. I'm better than you.
No, no,
You
no.
don't
Thank you.
understand
No,
that.
no, thank you for that, Kel.
Everything
Thank you for
you
that.
are,
Kel.
you are just the
Kel. Thank you
incarnation that is
that.
derived
Now
from
because he's
all of my
derailing.
fucking
He's
sperm
derailing.
cells. You are
Michael, you
nothing.
he's
You are
derailing.
Alright,
impeccably
No, no, you
chill.
just
trash.
not gonna happen.
Actually, let me make this
Listen now, because you're
clear
not telling me
for
to debate
you.
something. You're not
Actually,
telling me to
Demar,
argument. You're
guess
gonna run
what?
away.
You are nothing.
Uh-huh.
Actually, not even trying to loud mic. You are worthless.
Kel.
Let me turn my mic up just for you, just so you can
Let's
understand how
not
much
do
you are actually below
that.
me. You are shit. You are fucking ass. No matter where you go, I'm there. No matter what you see, I'm there.
Go ahead.
I'm beating on.
Okay, thank you. So, Michael, I'm just about to say this. Michael, after this debate, I'm gonna leave because I noticed something. All you is, bro, just a demi for kill. All you do is listen to the nigga. You allow the nigga to
Wait,
say
no,
that.
no,
Hold
no,
on,
no,
hold on,
no,
hold on,
no.
hold on.
Cloud, wait. No, no,
Stop.
no, no. Demar.
Stop. No, no, no,
Let me
no.
explain.
Let me
I'm
finish.
not a
You
demon to
allow
kill.
Kel to talk,
I
right?
give
You
you
allow
your
Kel to
own
talk, right?
custom
You allow Kel to
above
talk, even though.
everybody,
Hold on, no,
and
no, no,
then
no,
you want to
no, no,
come
no,
here
no,
and
no, no, no,
complain.
no. Let me talk. No, no. You allow Kel to talk, even though he wasn't dealing with the
Just
debate
to
no
be
more.
clear,
You
he
allow
had to
him to go
fucking
on
mute
his
me, but
little
that's
rant
okay.
about how niggas suck and shit.
I'm better than you, no matter where you go, no matter what you
I
breathe.
noticed something. I love how you complain about how
Amps,
nigga how we
period.
just meta debated. I love how you complain about we didn't have a debate. We didn't have a debate because all you did was just run a fucking and using invalid forms of fucking rhetoric to make yourself look good instead of actually dealing with the position at hand. Somehow you shuttle box and somehow you don't understand that I already acknowledged that if you want to argue Jesus being God from a general retrospect, nigga, sure, you can have valid forms of justification because not everyone upheld the belief of Jesus being God. For an example, same way if I want to fucking debate a Muslim on whether fucking Muhammad is a prophet or not, then I'm not going to debate them from a general point of view because everyone don't upheld the same belief on whether Muhammad is a prophet from a general perspective. Muslims believe that within inside of their faith. It's the same thing with the Christian doctrine. We believe Jesus is God within inside of our faith, not from an objective generosity point of view, which is what I was trying to fucking say to you. Somehow you didn't get it, but you want to complain about the debate not going on too long. So thank you for saying I suck, nigga. Because if I suck and somehow you couldn't track the arguments, if somehow you got beat up on it, and I'm happy we got the recording. So
You don't look good doing this, by the way. You go on the schizo ramble that nobody wants to see in the rec. We don't care. We don't care.
Michael,
Be more. Honestly, we don't care.
why are you allowing
Okay,
him to talk?
okay,
We don't
Kale,
care.
let him talk.
Why are
We
you
don't
Kale,
want
allowing
to
him
hear
to
you
talk?
with your shitty ass fucking phonetics and your shitty ass lisp. We don't care. Listen, listen. I was going on my villain. I was going on my villain, guys. But like, it's just crazy because like.
Michael, this why your
Kale,
server is
please,
shit.
Kale, please, Kale, please,
This
just for
why,
this one time.
hold on, this why your server.
Kale, please, no, Kale, stop. Kale, stop.
What the
Kale,
fuck?
stop.
Hold on. I'm not even
Just for this
muting
one
him,
What
by
the
time.
the
fuck?
way.
Why did I get muted?
Rip
Is he
rip
scared of
all of
me?
his perms. Why do he got
Wait,
perms and I don't got
stop.
perms?
Yeah, I'll let you
Michael,
talk. Shut the
this
fuck up,
why
Demon. We don't care. Go ahead.
Let him talk. He's letting you talk, Demar. Go ahead, say what you want to say.
No, I'll talk about you. But all right. He's going on a
Okay,
long ramble. I don't care.
no, okay,
Kel,
here,
tell them to give
here.
me perms, bro. Yo, Michael, give
Yeah,
me
give
perms,
this
bro.
nigga trick
Yeah,
palms.
I can
Okay,
handle this
wait,
shit, bro.
no.
Like, both sides are okay
Okay,
with me.
both of you, hold on, no. Both of you, shut up. We're not doing this again. We're gonna let Demar speak and let him say what he wants to say. Kale,
Thank
don't
you.
let him
Thank
talk,
you.
bro.
He's
Thank
not
you.
saying
Just for
nothing.
this
Now
one time.
mute Kale. Michael, mute Kale. It's your server. Stop.
Kale,
Michael,
just
I'm
for this
gonna
one
say,
time.
He
Michael,
sucks
Kale,
up
this
to
just
why
for
you
this
your
one time.
server is ass.
more than he
For this
sucks
This
one
up
why
to
your
time.
me. By
server
the
is
way, I got muted more
shitty.
than
This
you
why
got
I get a
muted. Just to be
promotion
clear,
shit. I'm happy how Kel saying this.
when
I'm
I was
happy
on
how
phone.
Kel saying this. Kel, let me go ahead and bring up some shit. Noblest, dad,
Now, for the
point
sake
out,
of Michael, I'm gonna
dad,
shut the fuck up and I'm
versatile,
gonna let you go
dad.
on your
Let me
fucking
tell
long
you
schizo
why
ramble.
Kel is fucking dad.
Just for
Because
this one
all
time,
you
I'm gonna
do is
let you
use
keep
your
on going. I
words
got you. I got you,
to
Michael.
put a
Chill,
fucking
chill, chill,
power
chill,
down
chill,
and
chill,
trying
chill.
to fucking
I got. Hold
establish
on. I'm
that
just gonna say this. I'm gonna
you're
let him go
mad
on
that
his
it's
schizo ramble,
trash
everybody,
that I want to allow you to
and we're gonna
sweat
just
here. That's why
disconnect.
you
Ready,
want me
set,
to be
go.
demoted. Notice this. He's probably be interrupting me. Michael ain't going to mute him because Michael is a little bitch who only listens to Kel, which is why he's going to demote me and not demote Kel, even though
Nigga,
Kel can't
what?
do shit
What?
on the
Hold on,
server.
wait.
So,
How am I the
you
best?
want to know why?
You
You
came
want
in
to know
my
why
DMs.
it
You
wasn't a
came in my
bigger
DMs
pivot? You want
asking
to
for
know
the
the
highest
reason
score
why? Because
above everyone. I gave it to you, and then you started muting niggas for no fucking reason. I gave you the best treatment out of every single nigga in here, and then you're still fucking ungrateful about this shit, nigga. I don't want to hear shit about you.
Damn.
I gave you everything that you fucking asked for, nigga.
Wait, Michael, you said what? Michael, you said what?
Nigga, I gave you all the things that you asked for. I gave you
You gave
high
me
roll
all the
above
okay, sure,
almost
sure, sure,
everyone.
sure. Let me go and tell you where you fuck up at because somehow you don't listen. You fuck up when you were mute Kel and you let Kel go on for a yap a long time, even though he stopped dealing with the dialect. When I tried to do it, notice how I got muted multiple times by you yourself,
Nigga,
but you won't take
no.
Kel
He
perms. You
literally
won't
said
take Kel perms.
conclusions. He said
You won't Kel at
conclusion.
all.
He
You
said
easily
conclusion.
to commit to
Michael,
Kel. You can
realistically
feel how you
speaking, you
want to
should just
feel,
hear
bro.
both of
But
them.
this what happening
I
now.
don't know why
You didn't
both.
touch him not once. You refused to mute him, even though he cut me off multiple times. You trying to say you fucking fair? I agree with you. You gave me my rose, sure, but they don't mean you're a fucking fair owner at all. I can give whoever I want perms, but if I'm sitting here watching these two niggas debate and allow a nigga who didn't do shit from the server to keep his role, allow a nigga who didn't do shit for the server but give a couple fucking boosts, not get muted, even though the nigga who's doing everything, bringing activity, get muted. That's my problem with you. You want me to debate here. You want to say these debates fair, but really they fucking not. Because anytime someone get in a debate with Kel, you're not going to touch Kel, but you want to touch that person.
He always
You're gonna
touches
allow,
No,
you're gonna allow
me, by the
no
way.
what he
Kale,
wants
no
to.
Kale,
This is
Pause.
no
the
Kale,
reason why
no
I
Kale, no
can't
Kale.
promote this debate. If I
Let me
wanted to
handle
promote
it.
this
Let me
debate,
handle
bro,
it. Let me
this
handle it.
debate would have had 40 people on it if I were to promote it. Notice how I didn't. That's why the server is dead now because I didn't promote it. You keep on saying you want my fucking help or you want this. I didn't touch Kel or permabuse Kel until I begged you multiple times. Are you going to let him
Hold up,
keep going?
hold up.
You're
Let me
not going
say
to mute
something
him?
real quick.
You're not going to
Let me
mute him?
say something real
And
quick.
by the way, there's a recording here.
Let me say
Recording, by the
something.
way, I'm screaming.
No,
I asked you one
shut up, bro. No, I just be quiet. No, no. Let me handle something real quick. First,
okay, sure. Go
Demar.
ahead.
First. Okay, nigga. People, the